we know that to make an E major chord, fret those strings with that grip. To make an A minor chord, looks almost exactly the same, okay, except we jumped from this set of strings to this set of strings. Let's call, for our purposes, this an E shape and that an A shape, okay? One happens to be an E major, the other one's an A minor, okay? Likewise, if I wanted to make an E minor shape, it looks like that. And an A major shape looks like this. So we're going to use these shapes that you see here as our kind of grips as we move around and create bar chords today. The root of this chord is this open A. So technically you can almost imagine playing it like this, where I'd be fretting an open A if I needed to, but really you don't need to, because this nut right here is going to stop where the string's vibrating, and it kind of shortens the sound as if my finger was there, but it doesn't have to be, okay? If I move up, now I'm shortening the string here and I'm simulating what would be the end of the guitar neck here, top of the guitar neck. Instead, now I moved it to here and I'm using this as a bar. Much the same way that if you have a capo, you could do a similar thing where I could shorten up the neck and play the same shape of an E, see that E grip, or an A minor, or an E minor, or instead of using the capo, because really this would get a little bit tiring and difficult if every time I wanted to use that E grip and change my chord identity, let's say to change it to an A like this, and change this into a D minor. Okay, instead, get rid of the capo, and we're going to use one of your digits. Use the pointer finger. Pointer finger now becomes the capo. And I can make that same shape that I made before, that same E major shape, except now I'm going to simulate the end of the guitar using my pointer. And that pointer has to really be responsible for at least holding down the low E and then the B and high E. So you're gonna have to take some getting used to getting this finger to, have that even pressure so that you can hear all those fingers, and then place these on. Always check whenever you build a chord for the first time, and maybe the first 100 times, make sure every single note is clear and even pressure. All right, if you hear something buzzing or something's dead, get a new grip, stretch out, try it again. Okay, so that is our first shape, which is the E major shape, except wherever you put it, it becomes whatever your root is. In this case, it's a B. 7th fret of the E string is where it's rooted. That becomes a B. On the A string, I'm going to use an A minor shape. I bring it up to here. That same shape is the shape of that, except we're used to doing it like this, but when you do a bar chord, it's shaped like that. Okay, last thing, here's your minor chord, here's an E minor. Familiar with that grip? Okay, we usually are playing it this way, but I'm going to grip it like this, and now if I move it up, I can make it a D minor by barring the 10th fret and then just throwing these two fingers on it. So it looks very much like an E minor. If this was the end of the guitar, it looks like an E minor, and we can verify that by putting on this capo one more time. Okay, get our money's worth out of this gimmick. And that E minor shape, or this A minor shape, it's based on that note right there, okay? And so that would be a G minor or a D minor, depending on how I'm. Okay, and so that's your intro to bar chords. Two different shapes on each string, the E major shape and the E minor shape. The only real tangible difference is this finger moves away to create the minor shape. It goes on to create the major shape. And then on the A string, there's more of a contrast. There's this double bar, where here you have to bar this entire finger, and the root gives it its name. There's your major shape. Okay, and then to create the other A minor, just like the A major was shaped like that, so when you move it up, to create whatever bar, wherever note you're on, if it's a C, it's rooted on the 3rd fret of the A string, okay, and then to create that minor shape down there, you create the same shape as the A minor, but then you move it and put the bar on, and that's going to give you the okay. Try those. Try to look now, next time you look up a song and you're getting the chords, try and verify whether it's major or minor, or translate a song that you already know down here that you're using open chords for, and try and make them into bars. All right? Cool.